Do families, brother man from the motherland coming to you guys live from the NY. Can you hear me? Am I still muted? Mic check, mic check. Am I still? Am I still muted? Can you hear me? Am I live? Am I live? Mic check, mic check. Mic check, Calvin, Montana, my brother. What it look like, pimping? You know, check me in, check me in. Let me know. Am I in? Am I live? I'm good. I'm good. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right. Again, guys, you know how the game go when you start speaking that truth and the facts. You get met. About to say you get meat. You get met with technical difficulties, which is fine. You know what I'm saying? Which is fine because every time these technical difficulties occur, it just lets me know that I'm doing the right thing. And at the end of the day, my only objective is to continue doing the right thing. Now, back to what I was saying. Here we are, 2025, right? This is another year around the sun. This is another year from this awakening, from this 400-year prophecy that said that after the 400 years, we will start, the Exodus will start happening. Yeah, appreciate you, bro. I gotta make you a moderator, man, because you be always tuning in and always letting me know what's going on. Send me your information, bro. If you follow me on Instagram, send me your information, and I'm gonna tag you in and get you situated because I need more moderators. You know what I'm saying? Especially now that we're heading down of growth. You know what I'm saying? We're growing day by day, week by week, and I'm stepping away from this ideology, right? I'm stepping away from that, right? But again, two 2025 is how many years from 2019? That's what, 6 years? 6 years. So, okay, so now we're 6 years removed from 2019 because according to what brothers and sisters are saying, that when the 400-year curse is adjourned and it comes to an end, you're going to start seeing a mass exodus. Now, that's what one person said. Another person said that there was never a 400-year curse. And when Iraq Iran and Israel goes to war and starts firing missiles at each other, that will be the green light, the indication for us to depart. Cool. Now, the issue I have with that is the missiles has been dropped. Yet I have yet to see a mass exodus. Cool. The war between the 400-year prophecy of us being cursed, according to historical information, 1619 to 2019, that equals 400 years. So here we are, 400 years, and we're right here. Right here. Now, before I was, technically interrupted, right, with technical difficulties, I was saying that what is the reason for this exodus not happening? Is it because we're not spiritually there? Is it because we're not physically there? Is it because we're not mentally there? What is your opinion? I would love to get brothers and sisters feedback into why this exodus has not happened to us so-called people that's in the so-called truth. Why? Is it a possibility that we didn't come together as a nation? We don't see each other as brothers and sisters. We're still competing. We're still trying to prove to brothers and sisters that we got the most knowledge and my knowledge is better than your knowledge and your understanding is nowhere near to my understanding. Huh? Could it possibly be that? Huh? Now, before I give you my answer, I really want to know your guys' perspective, because your perspective will allow me to understand and probably give a better explanation into what's really going on. Right? Cool. Now, let me be the one to break the bad news to you. I'm sorry, guys. Let me be the one to break the news for you. The reason why it is 6 years later from the 400-year prophecy of us being in captivity, and here we are 6 years later in captivity. The reason why the Exodus has not happened and brothers and sisters did not leave after Iran and Israel started firing missiles at each other, the reason why nothing has occurred. Are you ready for this? Drum roll, people. The reason why that this so-called prophecy has yet to be fulfilled, the story was new. It's because the very first exodus happened. And yes, as a man that taught this Bible, read this Bible, studied this Bible, put over 10 years into the studies of this Bible, I can assure you, without a shadow of a doubt, that there was no exodus that ever occurred. Never, ever. And there will never be another exodus. You know why there will never be another exodus? Check this out, people. The reason why it will never be an exodus, because the exodus story wasn't a story suited for you, black men. The exodus story was a story created for future, because that's what they tell you. They tell you the book is a prophetic book. That's what they told you. They put that in there for their future exodus into America, into the Middle East, into Australia, into the Caribbean islands. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Some of you guys don't even know that the mass majority of the so-called, what they call those people, what you call those people, the travelers like Christopher Columbus. Well, I forgot that they have a particular title that they have. When you find out their history, you'll find out that 80% of them, 80 to 85% of them were either funded by the you-know-whos or was the you-know-who's, and they changed their names. This is not me making this up, guys. I'm giving you guys the honest truth. Because the facts is the only thing that's going to set you free. When they was going on their voyage, Marco Polo as well. Marco Polo is one of them. Don't get it twisted. Marco Polo is one of them. Just like Christopher Columbus is one of them. And guess what? All the men that came along with Christopher Columbus, you know who they was as well? They are the same people that just converted into Christianity. But that DNA, that blood, that wickedness, that evil, yeah, it was the exodus for them. It was to exercise, ostracize, and exterminate those that question their existence, that question their migration, that question their arrival. You question their arrival, just go down the memory lane. Don't listen to me. Go down memory lane. What did Christopher Columbus do when the Indians questioned what he was doing? When the Indians questioned this religion, what is this? What did he do? They got destroyed. See, you guys don't understand the story. I'm here to give it to you. The Exodus was never an exodus about black people. You can't find no archaeological evidence here in the world that can justify this Exodus story. You can't find no evidence in the world, even for those that's claiming that America is Jerusalem and the Bible story took place in America. You can't show me one area where black people, white people, Chinese people, whoever you want to claim it to be, walked around for 40 years until people died off and allowed the children to come in. You can't find no record of that. You can't find no passed down knowledge and information and understanding of that outside of the religious text. And if you can't find that, then it's time for you to start questioning what you're being fed. Right? If I'm eating McDonald's every day and I find out that I'm still constipated and I can't take a dump, does that mean that I continue to eat the McDonald's that's stopping me from using the bathroom? Or do I stop and first question, is it the McDonald's? Look inside of it. And if I find any level of contamination, right? By default, you're supposed to do what? You're supposed to remove yourself, cleanse yourself, and allow your body to heal. But what happens when the cleansing is the very book that they told you to embrace and have and carry if you want to cleanse yourself from this world? You guys don't understand that this entire world is literally governed and watch over, and laws is being generated under the canon law. The canon law is the Biblos. Before it was called the Biblos, it was called the canon. You know why they call it the canon? Because when it hits you, it destroys. It can rupture your body. It can break you in half. It can literally split you in half. These are the things that comes along with a cannon. A cannon is a powerful weapon. And guess what, guys? You guys have received this powerful weapon. Yes. 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 I understand why you would think and why you would want this exodus to occur. I understand it. You know why? It's because you want to be free. You want to have freedom. But your freedom, guys, will never come from the book that they gave you. Shout out to my sis. You know, it's nothing but love. But we was having a conversation, and she posted up a video stating that the pastors are lying and that the pastors are doing this and is doing that. But I had to write back. I said, but sis, the very book that you're reading, it's a book filled with lies. And if the book is filled with lies, how can you say that it's the pastor that's teaching the lies? You know? And then she gave me a precept from um from the book of Proverbs, and I said, okay, cool, thank you. But even the book of Proverbs, that's from the ideologies of the enemy. That's from the ideologies of those that put shackles around your neck. The biggest shackle that's going to be the hardest shackle to remove from the people is the shackles that we can't see. We could physically see us doing slave labor. We can physically see that. But spiritually, something has a control over us. Something is hovering over our soul that's preventing our soul to connect back to the solar universe. I repeat, the solar universe. What's that blockage? What's that intervening? What's that? You guys know exactly what it is. You understand? You guys know exactly what it is. You guys know what it is. The shackles that surround our heads right now is not the system. It's not entertainment. It's the very religion that you go to every single Saturday, Sunday, and Fridays. Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and sometimes Wednesdays, and sometimes even Thursdays. Brothers and sisters go into an establishment, and within that establishment, what are they being told? They're being told to put their trust in something that nobody, whether it's your mother, your grandfather, your great grandmother, nobody has ever encountered. God has never spoken to anybody, any relative of ours, the way that He spoke to Abram, the way that He spoke to Jacob, the way that He spoke to what's the other guy's name? Isaac. There's not a single family member that can say, yeah, I had a conversation with God. I'm talking about sit down and said, my child, I am here and I see what's going on, but have no fear. We're going to knock it in the rear and stomp on them like a deer. You don't see that. You don't see that. But what the institutions are telling you is to don't worry about nothing. Put your trust in Him. And as long as your trust is in Him and you believe everything that you're seeking, you shall find. Well, I've been seeking facts, truth for the last 12 years, and I have yet to find a single truth, guys. This is why I came to the conclusion that there's no truth on this earth. Everything is a lie. Everything that's around us is literally a build-up from lies. Everything. It doesn't matter what it is, from school all the way down to church. You'll find out that is nothing but a lie. It's been a lie. It will remain a lie until we realize that this shit is a lie. Until we realize. And these institutions, they purposely tell you guys to don't believe nothing that humans, people that you actually know is telling you. Don't believe that. You know what we want you to believe? We want you to believe in this God, this imaginary God that has yet to show any level of miracles for us. I'm speaking mainly for us. We have yet to see a single miracle being displayed from this God that they told you to invest not only your time, but your finances too. And every time I bring this up to brothers and sisters, I've been called an atheist. I've been called a heretic. I've been called anything that you can imagine. I've been called for simply questioning shit that's not making sense. I said, well, okay, sir. You tell me that I need to believe. You tell me that I need to walk. You tell me as long as I keep my trust and open unto Him, great things are going to come. But there have yet to been anything great. How many of you guys got a family member that goes to church every Sunday that passed away from some sickness or disease? But when according to the word, if you put your trust in me, none of these things shall ever come near you. But here they are. Here they are. And not only are they here, but it looks like they're not even leaving. Not only are they here, but it looks like they're not even leaving. So then now, what do we do? What do we say? Do we continue with the nonsense? Or somebody has to open up their mouths and start to speak and say, hold on, this don't make sense. Hold on, this not adding up. Hold on, hold on. When are we gonna start doing that? You waiting for the Exodus year number 10 to come in for you to realize that this shit is not what you think it is? Do you guys know that Constantine took all the top scholars at that time? This is after the invasion. See, let me break the Council of Nicaea down to you guys, because some of you guys don't understand on how this movement took place. Okay, cool. Look, when Alexander and all of them, they call him the Great. They don't give these titles out randomly. You have to earn that. So let me give you an explanation on what took place. When these people started going into areas and invading and taking control of these areas, they also started receiving documentations, right? See, when you get conquered, they don't just take over your land. No, 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 no. They conquer, they find your strength, they find your weakness, and they use that against you. When they came into these areas and took it over, they then did what, guys? They then started learning actual culture. They started learning, like, wow, these people are very intelligent. Wow, these people are very in tune with their mythology, mystiology, and all of this nonsense. They are very in tune with that. Constantine said, in order for us to be the superpower of the world, we must first create something. And that creation is religion. We must create something that's gonna be accepted by all, embraced by all, understood by all, followed by all, revered by all, and also the people will die for it. Okay? So after that was created, after sitting down and with all these invasions, they got all the top scholars. These scholars came together and said, and Constantine said verbatim, I want you to create a religion. This is where Christianity comes from. I want you to create a religion that's gonna have brothers and sisters have their hopes up. Put things in there that if it's questioned, there will be an answer, a repercussion to that question, right? Give them a religion that was ago, or was it 3 years ago? It was the red moon. And everybody was like, yo, yeah, this is the sign where the skies is going to be red. Everybody was ecstatic. And then it went away and nobody spoke about it. Just like the solar eclipse. I think it was I forgot what it was. It was something that they tried to align it with prophecy. And even that didn't happen. Right? Cool. That didn't occur, which is fine. Right? But the reason why these things was written and it was put in there, it was to give you something to have your hopes up. This is why in 2025, when something like that occurs, people's hopes go up. It's not spiritual, it's intentional. You have been programmed to receive it in that manner. You wasn't programmed to receive it and have your own logical understanding behind it. No. Everything when it's pertaining to religion is all about premeditated. Everything that comes out of religion is never prophecies, always propaganda. What was the propaganda? To create something, to have nothing but complete control of individuals. When people start waking up, right? Because he realized Constantine and his people realized that, especially mainly black people was very spiritual people. They was in line with the universe. They knew cosmology. They knew astrology. We knew all of these things. Don't act like they came into our space and we was just dumbfounded individuals, and out of nowhere they gave us understanding, they gave us reasoning, they gave us purpose, they gave us solutions and all of that is false. It's false information. Again, another information filled with lies, no truth, false information. We've been doing things like this way before the sit down and the creation of Jesus, way before the creation of Horus, way before that black people was doing this. Now back. I know I'm all over the place. Bear with me. This is the things that I do. Once my brain starts working, it's just like this. Back. Let's go back a bit. So after Constantine created that, he then said, I want this book to justify what we're going to do and also allow us to stay in a position of rule. Why everybody's looking for the fall of a nation? How can a nation fall? How can a nation fall? How can a nation fall when you still upholding their very foundation? So when the sister said, yeah, man, the book of Proverbs said, never cleave into your own understanding, seek God. I said, yo, sis, that writing comes from them, right? Yeah, I know it's plagiarized, but at the same time, I know I'm able to dissect the good and from the bad. I'm able to know when this is God's word and when this is man's word. And it's like, no, sweetheart, this is the ideology that you was fed. This is what you was told. You was taught this. This is not how it goes. No. Your connection to your creator, you must first connect with the things, you must first align yourself with the things that your creator created, right? One of those things is you must align yourself with your fellow comrades, which we aren't. You must align yourself with your family members, which we aren't. You must align yourself with the plants. Guess what? Which we aren't. You must align yourself with the animals. And I'm not just talking about lizards and I'm not talking about worms. I'm talking about the actual animals. You're supposed to align yourself with the elephants. You're supposed to align yourself with the lions, the cheetahs, the deers, the bears. You're supposed to align yourself with that. Yes, once upon a time, people, we used to have communication. You see, listen, if you think of what I'm saying is far-fetched, are humans having conversation with dogs? Dogs mentally, their brain capacity, they are probably the dumbest animals ever created. But yet you see man communicates with them. The way man communicates with the monkeys, we used to communicate with the lions, communicate with the bears. Yes, we used to. The reason why the animals are in the condition that they are in is for two reasons. For one, the black people who were the people that were supposed to slaughter, that is their behavior. They was hunting and killing and shedding blood. That's in their DNA. Remember, we wasn't eating meat like that, bro. We're fruits and vegetables. Because we had a bond with the animals. The only people that don't have a bond with the animals are the ones that wasn't created by the ones that don't have a bond with the animals, or the ones that wasn't created by the creator that created man and the animals. Okay? And this is not me giving you my assumptions. These are the facts, people. You understand? It's like you guys don't like the facts. You like to hear the fairy tales. I can't give you the fairy tales. I can't. You need to know the facts, because we have nothing on our side right now but the facts. You can't even say you got truth. There's no truth to say that this is truthful. Where's the evidence to prove that this is true? We don't have none. Remember, all our ideology, all our understanding, all our reading, all our writings is something that was given unto us, hand-downs. You said sometimes I'm going in and out. Let me see this. What about now, bro? What about now? Maybe we can put it right here. What about now? Can you hear me now? Alright, good, good, good. I got these new mics, bro. You know what I'm saying? These nice small little mics. They're like this big, bro. I got two of them. I got one for my iPhone. I got one for my Galaxy. Right now, I'm using my Galaxy because my iPhone's connected to my Bluetooth, and the Bluetooth in the car. You already know. But yeah, and again, you see all these technical difficulties that keep occurring every single time I do a podcast or I do a live. It keeps happening over and over and over and over again, and you guys don't know why. And the reason why these things keep happening over and over again is because the system does not want you guys to know the things that's needed for you to break out of the matrix. Religion is the matrix. Religion is the matrix. The Da Vinci Code. To break the Da Vinci Code, you must first understand how religion works. Understand the foundation of it. Understand why it was forced upon your people. It wasn't just forced upon black people, guys. Religion was not just forced upon black people. Europeans used to have their own ideologies, right? Remember, they used to believe in Hercules. They used to follow Zeus. They used to do all of that. Europeans used to do that. That was their ideology. Every single creation of man had their own understanding of spirituality. That was destroyed once they gave you religion. Once they gave you the Abrahamic religion, your connection to the universe has been destroyed. That's why your lifespan is the way that it is. That's why you're aging the way that it is. That's why you're always angry. This is why we're always on edge. It's because we're not in line. We're not in line with the universe, right? Yes, the universe does get angry. Yes, the universe does yell out. The universe does all of that. But you don't know that because you're not aligned with it. They took that away from you. They took that away from you once they gave you a European ideology. They took that away from you and it's gone. And will it come back at this state right now as we speak? If you was to ask me, I don't believe so. I believe we as one, we as people has been completely destroyed and removed from everything that's around us. We're so disconnected from everything, from the way that we talk, the way that we dress, the way that we act. Our behavior is not even a behavior of black people, guys. This behavior is a behavior of Europeans. I tell you guys this all the time. Your behavior, your mannerism, what you do, how you act, is nothing to do with absolutely nothing other than what you was taught over the years. Over the years. And because we have accepted and embraced this ideology, you see how far gone, how far removed from us. We're removed from everything because that's what religion do. Religion is a silent, deadly parasite that when you absorb it and you invest into it, it does what it's supposed to do. It surely takes you away from your custom. It surely takes you away from your culture. Before you know it, you denounce your heritage. Before you know it, you don't even want to be black. Before you know it, you don't even want to be African. Before you know it, you don't even put that in your conversation first. You put that's an afterthought. What? Yo, bro, I'm a Christian, and in Christianity, there's no race, there's no this, there's no that. This is what goes along, guys. This is what goes along. This was intentional. It's a silent parasite. And this is why I'm telling you, you will never see another Exodus. The only Exodus that's going to occur is when we, the people, denounce this religion. And the way that the world is going, the shit that you see going on, brothers and sisters will start to denounce these religions. Shout out to my brother Lenzo, my brother Lenz. He be talking that he be talking that talk, right? Follow him. Deconstruct from Christianity, right? That's his. Mine is deconstruct from all Abrahamic religions. You have to deconstruct from all of it in order for us to even start the process of redemption, of redeeming, of going home, of being with our loved ones again, of having our land back again, and understanding that the Great War, the Great War will occur once black people start separating from their ideology. When you start seeing our people step away from these religions, you're gonna start seeing black people say, you know what, I'm good. I ain't trying to do this. You're gonna start seeing black people say, nah, I'm good. I ain't following that. I'm not getting on my knees praying to Allah. I'm gonna tap into my African spirituality. That's what they're preparing for. That's when you're gonna see these people original colors, not true colors, but the original colors. What you guys are witnessing right now, these are the people that's content and comfortable for the greatness of what they did. This is why you don't see a lot of lynchings. This is why you don't see a lot of beheadings and stuff like that. These things are partial. You know what I'm saying? You get it here and there. You might get it twice in 2 years, twice in 2 months, twice. You're not getting it every day, every week. You're not getting that. Once upon a time, shit like that used to really occur. People used to be lynched every day. People used to really be whipped every day, unalive every day. You're not seeing that now because they got the world just how they like it. The world is completely how they like it. That's why you guys aren't seeing it. That's why you guys aren't seeing it. But rest assured, when the black people start saying, we don't want Jesus, when black people start saying, we don't want Allah, when black people start saying, we don't give a damn about Yahweh, Yahoo, cuckoos, and the poo-poos, once black people start saying that, then you're going to see these people true agenda, their original agenda. The original agenda. Then you're going to start seeing the mass incarceration. This is why they're setting up the stage now, because they know something is in the works. They see it. They see it. And I'm not talking about no biblical, I'm not talking about no Quran reader and all of that. No. Anybody that's subject to those are in line with them, and they're going to completely support it. You guys know that, right? This is why the Nation of Islam is still standing. No infiltration. And when people started speaking and pointing out, what happened to them? They was unalive. It wasn't by accident. All of these things are intentional, people. I can't make this stuff up. You guys know this. Huh? You guys know this. You understand? Come on. Ah, my jeez. We got to start paying attention and start putting 1 + 1 = 2, bro. Think about that. The minute that they start seeing black people tapping into their spirituality, not calling on these gods, not following this, not believing in these prophecies, standing on business, standing on unifying, standing on unity, standing on rebuilding the community, standing on loving their mothers, loving their fathers, no matter the circumstances, really forgiving. I'm not talking about no spiritual, biblical forgiveness. I'm talking about actual forgiveness. Like, yo, bro, my nigga True say, you violated, but I love you, and I want everything good for you. I'm gonna rock with you, rock with me. No, we gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna let bygones be bygones, because there's a bigger picture. The bigger picture is we at ours. The bigger picture is that you my family, and I need to have complete trust in you as I proceed to go against what you know we should be going against. Once that starts happening, I promise you, you're gonna see everything occur. You're gonna start seeing people being arrested for the littlest things. Do you guys know here in New York City that you can get a ticket for spitting on the floor? Did you guys know that? I bet you didn't. But this is a law. You're not even supposed to release anything from inside of you on the floor, on the pavement. You're supposed to save that into your own space. This is a law. Police can really bother you and mess with you if you was to do that, bro. Facts. These are laws. But you won't know about it because, like I said, these people got the world exactly how they want it. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm not gonna mess up what I got going. I'm not gonna mess up this great experiment because that's just what it is. We are an experiment, people. Okay, we are in an experiment, people. All right. When you go into the hospital, they're testing new drugs on you. Okay. I just came in from a clinic today where these people are paying you to draw your blood. They're paying you to take your blood. And when I went in there to go see exactly what was going on, right? When I went inside to go see what was going on, you should have seen the people that's doing this. These people is junkies, straight fiends. So you drawing these people's blood, giving them what 20, 30